Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to take a look at NVIDIA Jetson Orin Nano Developer Kit, or you can call a supercomputer. It is a compact, powerful and affordable computer for creating AI-powered robots, drones, intelligent vision systems. Also, you can run large language models, LLMs, like ChatGPT locally. Additionally, this can be used as a workstation computer. It is coming up with 8 GB memory, 6 ARM cores and 1024 CUDA cores, ideal for AI experiment. Let's unbox and see what is inside. This is the power adapter. Coming up with 2 power cords. And this is the unit. It is fitting to my palm size. It is coming up with 4 USB-A port, 1 USB-C port, 1 RJ45 for connecting to network, and a display port. This is the connector where you can connect the cameras, and this is 40-pin expansion header. Here there's one small slot where you can insert the micro SSD card, and bottom side of this one there's a 2 NVMe SSD card slots and pre-installed wireless card. So this can be used when installing the operating system to connect your home network. In the default package, you will get NVIDIA Jetson Orin Nano Developer Kit only. Additionally, you required or you have to buy micro SSD card for installing operating system, SD card reader, and display port, cable. So these are the additional components you required. So this is the micro SSD card, 128 GB. You can install on 64 GB also, but it is recommended to go for a 128 GB. This is the cable. One side is display port. This is HDMI port. And this is the card reader. So you have to download the image of Orin Nano from the NVIDIA website and write to SD card. One thing I would like to remind you, this unit support only display port for connecting to display. It does not support USB-O, USB-A or USB-C for connecting to a monitor. Next, we will go through step by step how we can install operating system and run LLM locally on this unit. Now we will go through initial setup guide for Jetson Orin Nano. One thing I would like to tell you that there is a confusion what is the difference between Jetson Orin Nano versus Jetson Orin Nano Super. Hardware perspective, both are same. A software upgrade, Jetson Pack 6.2 is required to upgrade Jetson Orin Nano to a Jetson Orin Super, which increase the 70% or more performance of this unit, which we are going to perform in this video. So before installing, we now prerequisites are there. So micro SD card 64 GB or bigger, or NVMe SSD card, but this is actually optional. It is not recommended. So we are only going for with micro SD card. And There are two methods when you're installing the operating system or image. One is using SDK manager. This is if you're having a Ubuntu system, but we are going through micro SD card only method. To start micro SD card, you have to make sure the operating system, the firmware of the current unit, it is 36.0 or below that one. If it is below 36.0, you have to go again updating to 5.13. Otherwise, you can directly go and update to 6.2. So how you can determine? You can actually determine that one by going to the BIOS settings. So when the unit is booting, you can press escape key and you can check this one. So you can see here the version is 3.0, which this unit you cannot upgrade directly to Jetpack 6.2. So you have to go through again this procedure. However, our unit is actually now, if you see, it is 3.6 version, which we can directly can be upgraded to new Jetpack 6.2. So here I'm providing all the link information. Now when you go there, this is the introduction of the unit. You can go through the information, the port information and all. So now we'll go through for installing the image to SD card. So I'm having a Windows system, so we'll follow up on the Windows. Suppose if you're having a SD card, if it is not formatted, you can install this application, Jetpack SD Manager, and you can format the SD card. If it's a new SD card, the formatting is not required. You can directly go to Etcher and download the Etcher to write the image to SD card. Now download. So it is downloaded, and now you have to download the new Jetpack version. So since our firmware is more than it's a newer 36 point version, so we can directly go and download the Orin Jetson Nano developer kit. It will take some time. So once it's downloaded, you can go here. This is the image. Extract the image. Now we have extracted the image and already downloaded this application for writing the image to the SSD card. So we'll start this application. Now here we have to select the image where we have downloaded. So I kept in here. So I'm selecting the image and it's automatically selected the SD card. So if you see, go to my system, the SD card is in SDXC. It is a D drive, it is mentioned. It's automatically selected. So started to flash. So now here you can see it's starting. It will take some time for actually to start. and complete this process. So let me pause and I'll come back once it's completed. Now the validation is completing. You can see on the screen 97%. Now the flashing is completed and the image is already written to the SSD drive. Now let us take this SSD drive and insert into the Orin Nano and boot the system. Now the image is downloaded to the SD card. So you can see here the micro SSD card. I'm inserting the card here and I'm using a wireless mouse and keyboard. And display port. So other side is connecting to the monitor. HDMI. This is the display port connecting to the unit. And the power adapter. Now we can boot up our system. Now we have inserted the SD card to the NVIDIA Jetson. Now we will be installing the operating system. Now it's started to boot. Now you can click accept the terms of these licenses and click continue. This one you can keep as a default. So now if you want to connect to home network, you can connect. Let me connect to home network here. I'm connecting to, this is my home network. This one you can keep default. Later also you can change. So here you can provide the name to the system. This is the default partition. By default, it will take the SD card partition. So if you want to install the Chromium browser, you can install. So let me install the browser also. So it is now starting to install the component. It may take some time. I will pause now and I'll come back once it's completed. Now the Chromium browser installation is completed. You can now safely close this one. Now it is creating the users and configuring the hardware and other configuration in the backend. It is rebooting. This is the login screen. You can use the password which you have entered when you're installing the operating system. You can skip this one. So this one you can keep as skip for now. Privacy, let it be. Okay. Now you officially installed the NVIDIA Jetson image to this supercomputer. I know this Jetson Orin Nano is a quite some time in the market. The reason being I recorded this video is there are a couple of challenges I felt when I initially installed of the image, such as browser is not working. So I want to highlight those here and provide a solution I found. Now I'm recording this video on November 3rd, 2025. There is one issue I faced after updating the Ubuntu packages. In fact, many users reported this issue. The system throw an error, unable to allocate CUDA buffer when you try to load Olama. So I revert back to using the fresh image. So you make sure the possible solution is already there when you want to install the particular updates on Ubuntu. Now we can change the performance here by changing the power mode. So let me change to max super. After initial installation, you will face one issue. Once you open the web browser will show it is opening, but it will never open. So for that one, you have to do some configuration changes. I'm opening the terminal. You can go here and if you type on Google, web browser is not working on Jetson Nano, it will give you the solution. So you can just copy first command, paste. Now again you can copy these two commands and paste here. So I actually given the instruction here on the WordPad. So here you have to issue the command first sudo password that you give in initially installing the image. Again, the next command you can copy from here. So basically this command will revert back the old version. of the snap. Now you can launch the web browser. Now you can see it's opening now. So other thing, if you want to take the RDP from your Windows system, I have given the instruction here. You can go to this website, or here the copy, just you can copy. There's two commands for the Linux system. These two commands on the Linux system, and after that you can install this application. It's called No Machine on your Windows. So you can directly take the RDP of the Jetson Nano screen onto your Windows system. So now let us run the local LLM. So this is the tutorial NVIDIA Jetson lab we are following up. So we will be using the Olama application to locally run the LLM. There are many applications that you can use to run the LLMs locally. But if you don't know the Olama is one of the popular open source tool that allow run LLMs locally on your computer. When we're installing the Olama, there are two methods of installation we can do. One is native installation, installing the Olama on a Jetson Nano directly without any Docker. So when we're installing natively or using the Docker, there's a pros and cons. But in this video, we'll using the Docker so we can keep the systems clean. And when you actually go through this site, it is confusing. Don't worry, I'll make this easy for you. Actually, you have to run 3 commands to run LLMs locally. So I'm providing the step by step on this document. So let us start now. So first of all, we have to go to this GitHub page and issue the first command. So here you have to copy. Let me a little bit bigger the size. Okay. Installation will take some time. Let me pause and I'll come back once it's completed. Now it is completed. Now we have to go and issue the second command. So for that one, we have to go to the Jetson Nano tutorial, and since we are installing through container, we have to issue this command. You can have to mention yes. It will show unable to find the image. After that, it will pull the image. It may take some time. Let me pause and I'll come back once it's completed. Now the installation is completed. You can see the Ollama server is now started. The last step is you can run the Ollama. Now we will run this model. So this is the command you can copy from here. Now to start to download. Depending on your internet speed, it may take time. Now you can chat locally. The LLM is installed now. Let me show the command. Now this is, we can use the command line to chat with the local LLM. But now we will go and install the web UI where you can communicate like a ChatGPT through the web interface. So we can issue the command by here. So it will close this session. Now to install the web UI, you can go to again Jetson Nano page. This is the command let me show you. So we can go to this command, this page, and web UI. So since the Ollama is backend is running, we can copy this command. So we have to now we are on the root, so we can open another window. First, the password. It's downloading around 1 GB of these files installations. Let me pause and I'll come back once the installation is completed. Now the installation is completed. Now you can go and Wi-Fi settings and check this IP address, and you can launch the local LLM. You can chat from any system. Let's say I'm using the Wi-Fi network. So if I go to here, Wi-Fi settings, so this host IP address is 192.168.52.33. So I'm going to my Windows system. So here, the last 20 here, it's actually, if you go here, you can see once the installation is done, you can access through the web browser on any system. The port is 8080. So let me launch from my Windows system. This is my Windows system. 192.168. Okay. Here you go. Now we can get started. You can provide any name here. This is locally, it's actually storing locally. So it's not going any to internet or anywhere. So it's be local LLM system. Now you can select your the module which you want to chat. Now here, let me so initially when you launch the first time, it will take some time. After that, it will be much faster. So if you want to add, let's say, another model, so you can click here and you can click and you can search the model. Like, let's say if you want DeepSeek, any model, you can select here, you can copy and paste, or you can write the full name. It will display the name and you can download the model and you can chat with that. Now you can see it started to chat with us. just put some prompt for testing. So let's start to write the code. So this is, you're hosting your own LLM locally. I hope this video is useful to you.